Today on Island Focus, we're going to meet a very special person in the nonprofit world, Jessica Munoz, who is the founder and president of Hoʻōla. Thank you for being with us today. And you as well. I know your day is full. As a nurse practitioner, as well as founder of this organization, care is just part of who you are. So Hoʻōla, explain a little bit more about that organization.
So about a decade ago, I was exposed to children and young women coming into the emergency room seeking care, many of which were being exploited, many of which we were not recognizing as victims of exploitation. As we started recognizing these children and recognizing that we had a population of local kids and women being exploited, I was driven to do something. And so Hoʻōla, which means new life for our children, was actually birthed out of a passion to shine light in the darkness and watch new life come forward.
So when we say exploited, what does that mean?
So when we say the word exploited, sex trafficked, it has to do with individuals, children, women, boys, who are bought and sold for sexual activity, sexual services. It can be bought by family members, it could be sold by family members, it could be bought and sold by strangers. It just varies. Some kids are involved in pornography and online escort services and things like that.
And that's such a serious, not only serious, but it's such a dramatic and foreign topic to so many people. You must face people who are really uncomfortable to even mention that this exists in Hawaii.
Absolutely. I've been in Hawaii now for about 12 years, and I think not just with Hawaii, but even the rest of the United States, we don't really want to talk about this issue. It's not something new. It's just something newly really being recognized and having a label. I think there's a lot of stigma around the issue. There isn't wanting to understand that this happens to children on a daily basis.
The average age is about 13, I think.
Yes. Around there, yes. Yeah, so it's young girls, young boys who end up in this cycle of abuse and violence, and without the help of adults or a community that understands that they're being trafficked or exploited, it's very hard for these kids to get out. And so breaking down the stigma and the shame associated with this is, I think, one of the bigger challenges around addressing trafficking and exploitation in Hawaii specifically, but also understanding that there has to be systems change, meaning the response on behalf of our government, on business owners, community members, the
Police
school
department
district,
as well,
law enforcement. Yes, absolutely. Because it takes everyone working together. It's not one individual, one organization, one entity that's going to stop this. It really requires this comprehensive response of people partnering together, collaborating, so that when kids and young women and boys are identified, that they can actually get the services and care and be rescued.
One of the things you said triggered this question is, what population of the community are we talking about?
We've been involved in cases with girls who went to private school, to kids who come from Section 8 housing. I mean, it really knows no barrier. With the day and age of the internet and how easy it is for exploiters or traffickers to get in touch with children through social media apps, through Facebook, Instagram, it's so easy to be recruited into this. And so what's sad about that is our level of understanding about combating it and preventing it really drives us to go into the classrooms and start educating kids on
and strengthening young people's ability. So in final closing, if you were to ask the community for some assistance, what might that be?
So I always say there's three things: time, talent, and treasure. The time and talent is everyone has a part to play in this, because you can never say it's not going to be your child. Awareness is key. Once you know about this issue, you have the responsibility to tell someone else about it. The other thing is, look at what people are doing in the community. Look at what organizations are involved in this issue and see how you can get in and volunteer and help with the resources, time, talent, abilities that you have. Because we want to make Hawaii a safer place for kids and for young women, and we want trafficking and exploitation to end here.
Thank you very much for sharing what you did.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
We've been chatting with Jessica Munoz, who is the founder and president of Hoʻola, a nonprofit organization dedicated to anti-human trafficking of children. Thank you for being with us.